אולי יש להוסיף, שמילא דפסח שני, לגבי פסח ראשון, היא לא רק שהדילוג דפסח שני נמשך. במקום נעלה יסר, this idea of Pesach Sheni, that it's higher than Pesach Rishon, is not only that the dilug, that this quantum leap of Pesach Sheni goes to a higher place, which means it now enters into the attribute of Yisoid, not only Malchus, Elo Shigam HaDilug Atzmoi, who Dilug Naila Yesher, but the actual jump. The second Passover, which means the second jump, is a greater jump than the first jump. It's a greater leap. Which is literally the meaning of Pesach Sheni, the second Passover. The Pirush HaPashut, the Pesach Sheni, lo yidak Pesach HaDilug nimshach b'dageh d'Sheni, elo shegam Pesach HaDilug hu Sheni. In other words, Pesach Sheni means not only that the jump goes into the second rung of the ladder, the higher rung of the ladder, like from the first rung to the second rung, but rather the jump itself is a higher jump. It's like jumping two rungs at one time. It's a higher jump than the first jump of the first Passover. And the fact that it says in the Tzemach Tzedek's Maimer that Pesach Sheni means that it enters into the second of the Sfirot, starting from Malchus. This is not a contradiction to the fact that the jump is also a greater jump. It's true. The reason why it enters into the second attribute, the second Sfira of Yisoid, which we explained last week to mean foundation, but more than that, it means a love and a very, very strong, passionate relationship with God. This is because the actual jump is a greater jump than Pesach Rishon, the first Passover. This is also the meaning that the second Pesach is not only for someone who missed out the first Passover, but the second Passover is also an extension of the first Passover. In other words, you first go to the first Passover, you have the first jump, and now you strengthen yourself, and you do a second jump, a higher jump. So how do we understand Pesach Sheni? On one hand, Pesach Sheni is like a makeup test. For someone who did not bring the first Paschal lamb, you now bring it on the second Pesach. On the other hand, Pesach Sheni says it's Tzemach Tzedek is really the second voyage, the second leap that takes place after celebrating the first Passover. How do they both reconcile? שאין במידס והגבולס, גם לא המדידס והגבולס של הדילוג לפסח ראשון, גבי זה, is nidda kein fallen. Is nidda kein fallen. When we talk about the second jump, because it's such a high jump that has the ability to make a greater leap than the first Pesach, through this we have the power, we have now the ability to make up for the loss of neglecting to do the first Pesach. So really both of these things complement one the other. The fact that the jump is so great and the light is so great and the energy is so great, it now has the ability also to atone and to fix the neglect and the void of the first Passover.